Joining us by phone is Jane Lubchenco. She's administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Good morning to you. It's good to have you.
Hi, Diane. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Last week we saw some really unusual weather patterns, not only through the mid-Atlantic, but even today in the southern part of the United States. What do you think has made this year so different?
Diane, I think it's important that people recognize that weather is not the same as climate. And record-breaking storms neither negate nor prove climate change. This year we have indeed seen a lot of seemingly strange things, record snowfalls in the mid-Atlantic region, even though the planet is warming. And this isn't a contradiction, and it's not really unexpected. Here's why. Even though overall the planet is getting warmer, weather can be highly variable. And this year's winter weather is being strongly influenced by the interaction between two significant factors, both of which vary from year to year. Number one, El Nino is sending wet, stormy weather across the southern United States and then sometimes up the East Coast. And two, the Arctic Oscillation is pushing cold air down from the Arctic. And when an El Nino-driven storm meets up with cold air from the Arctic, opportunities for very significant snow result. And so the multiple snowstorms we've been seeing this winter, with more on the way likely, are a result of the confluence of El Nino and the Arctic Oscillation.
And do you see this pattern likely to continue then?
El Nino continues to be underway, and typically in winters with an El Nino like this year's, we see a series of storm after storm after storm slamming into California, coming across the southern U.S., and so that pattern is indeed likely to continue for the foreseeable future.
Help me to understand this new National Climate Service.
The NOAA Climate Service that we announced the intent to create last week will be a comprehensive and integrated office responsible for sharing NOAA's climate science, our data, our information, and services. So we intend it to be one-stop shopping for users across the nation, much in the same way that NOAA's National Weather Service has been providing weather information and services for 140 years.
And I gather that that won't begin until sometime in 2011.
We hope it will be in place by October of this year. It does have to go through an approval process through the Office of Management and Budget and Congress. And so we hope that by the beginning of next fiscal year, which is October, that it will be in place.
One last word from you, Jane, and that is what your reaction is to the growing sense around the country and perhaps even around the world that global warming is a hoax.
We are seeing increasing calls for information about climate change. And one of the reasons we created the National Climate Service, the NOAA Climate Service, is to provide the kind of information that people are increasingly seeking. Climate change is underway. It's happening now. It is resulting in many changes that will affect the way people live and do business. And the fact that we are getting more and more requests for information about droughts, about future heat waves, about air quality, forest fires, sea level rise inundating coasts, and other phenomena, tells us that a lot of people, while not completely sure what's going on, are asking for information. And this NOAA Climate Service, I believe, will help provide that information so people can make decisions based on it.
Jane Lubchenco, she's administrator at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Thank you so much